Hi friends, my name is Justin Roberts and I'm the director of an upcoming military documentary called No Greater Love. And I wanted to take a few moments to just explain why I made it and what we're hoping to do with it. Now, the film features myself and the unit that I went to Afghanistan with. And what I wanted to show was really the people behind the uniform. Who they really are and why they do what they do, and kind of show a side that I saw, of them that I don't think a lot of people see. Whenever you talk to civilians about soldiers, it seems like they have this idea of a stereotype, It's just what they see in the movies or what they see in the video games. They don't know them as the fathers, the brothers, the sons, the daughters, the wives, who they really are as human beings. And so as a chaplain, my goal was just to simply show these people as I understand them and as I know them, and also to explain that behind every act of valor is a selfless love, which is something that I saw again and again and again. The heroic people who made great sacrifices over there, and some who even paid the ultimate price. And these aren't stories to me. These are my friends. These are people that I know, people that I walked with. And so my whole goal was just for you to understand them as a human being. Not a subject, not a topic, not a political thing. Just a human thing. And to also start the discussion about how do we come home from war. You see, when I first came in as an Army chaplain, my second day on the job, there was a suicide within the unit. And then there was another one a week later, and then another one a couple of months later, and then another one. We also had what's called a suicidal ideation, which is a gesture or an attempt every single week for the first 6 months. And so in 2009, this was one of the most suicidal battalions in the military. I was a brand new chaplain, and this was something pretty heavy to come in on, and didn't know how to fix it. So what I did was I linked in with a good first sergeant of mine and some of the senior leadership, and I just asked them, what can we do that's different than something that we've already been doing? Because what we were already doing wasn't working. And so what I came up with was this. We sat down with every single platoon and we talked. We cut out PowerPoint, and we focused on just connecting as human beings. And we talked about the issues that were going on. We also focused on doing more activities in the unit, so more paintball, rock climbing, fishing, hunting trips, because you know what? Most guys don't want to talk about their feelings over a cup of tea. And this was an infantry battalion. But guys will talk when they go fishing. They will talk when it's a close friend and they've done a lot of activities with them. And they've built up trust. So that's what we did. We wound up deploying, which is featured in the film. And when we came back, there was an expectation that we might be facing more suicides problems and issues, because during the deployment there was a lot of combat trauma. There was 18 KIA killed in action and over 200 Purple Hearts out of an 800-man unit. So it was a very kinetic deployment. And if you have a suicidal unit on the front end and then you go through a lot of combat trauma, then the expectation is that you'll probably face a lot of stuff on the back end. But instead, we had 0 suicides, and what I saw was a 70% reduction in suicidal ideations. Brotherhood and sisterhood work. It's effective. Human relationships work, and we all know this, but we have trouble coordinating it and connecting it. And the truth of the matter is, how can a society actually fully understand what's going on with veterans when the only thing that they come armed with is a stereotype? We have to get past that. We actually have to understand the stories and have to understand these statistics as human beings. There's 22 suicides per day, and that's a commonly known statistic among the veteran population. That's 22 people. It's 22 crying mothers. It's 22 families that have permanently been shocked and destroyed. These aren't statistics, these are human beings, but they're not just regular human beings. They're the kind of people who are willing to put their life on the line for all of us. So how do we as a country welcome them home? How do we come back? And that's the question that we're going to have to figure out for ourselves. But we're going to have to figure it out as a community. And so right now I wanted to talk specifically to the churches, because this hasn't been a common ministry that they've thought of, but these people are in their communities. Veterans are in every community, and also Gold Star family members. Gold Stars are people who have lost their loved ones in war. And they're sitting in the congregations, and there's a lot of people who have no idea about their loss. And so how do we come home? That's the hope of the film, is that it starts this conversation, just simply telling the stories from the soldiers' mouths themselves about their experiences, their trials, so that way you can at least see beyond the uniform to the human being and what they're facing. There can be no empathy without understanding. You can't empathize with somebody that you don't fully understand. And so this starts that. Next, my hope is that in the face of brokenness, churches open up their doors. I'm a minister, and my understanding is that the church is the place where broken people can go, no matter what, and be received and be loved on. That's what we're supposed to be as Christians. And so how is the church going to welcome back veterans? Or are they? Is it even an issue that they're concerned about? My hope is that it is, because this is the tribe that I love. And these are the people that I truly do care about. And it's not that I don't care about other people, but this is a critical issue right now. And there's no end to this potential war. We don't know what conclusion it's going to come to. But you know what? It's not other countries that get to decide how we come home from war. That's up to us. And now's the time for us to start figuring that out, because however long this thing goes on for, we really need to figure out how to better welcome home our soldiers and service members. We need to figure out how to reconnect with them, because at this rate we're losing more to the suicides than we are to the enemy. So now's the time. Please join me in this, and thank you for your support. Connect with us on Facebook, No Greater Love, and on Twitter. And love you guys.